What if the most powerful anti-aging molecule on the entire universe wasn't something you could buy in a bottle? What if it was actually a gas made inside your very own body that just poof, disappears in seconds? And what if an ancient sound, a very specific vibration, was the key to unlocking it? Now, this isn't magic. It's pure biology, a secret our ancestors knew deep in their bones and that modern science is just now catching up to.
We're talking about a little something called nitric oxide. Scientists actually call it the ghost molecule. Why? Because it's so elusive. But it's also the key to opening up your arteries, fighting off viruses, and even telling your stem cells, hey, it's time to rejuvenate the body.
And here's the most incredible part. With one simple, ancient technique, you can boost its production not by 10%, not by 20%, but by a staggering 1,500%. That's 1500. This is an absolute game changer.
Okay, so let's dive in and really explore this ghost that's hiding in your cells. And just to be clear, no, this is not laughing gas. It's something way more powerful. Think of this molecule as your body's ultimate protector.
I mean, the range of what this thing can do is just incredible. It's what's known as a vasodilator, which is a fancy way of saying it tells your arteries to just relax. And when they do that, you get this massive flood of oxygen and nutrients rushing to every single cell. On top of that, it fights off pathogens and fires up your stem cells to start repairs. It's literally your body's #1 defense against cardiovascular decline.
But look, before we go any further, just a quick word of caution. We are talking about a really powerful biological process here, a sort of biological hijack. And to do this safely, to do it effectively, you absolutely need the full instructions, the full code. Skipping steps, well, it can have some pretty jarring effects on your nervous system, so it is really important to follow this to the letter.
So why is this so incredibly important right now? Well, it all comes down to the crazy modern world we live in, and what I like to call the stress paradox.
Think about it. We are obsessed with youth. We spend billions trying to look young on the outside, right? Yet on the inside, so many of us are aging faster than ever before. It's like we're essentially rotting from the inside out. And the culprit? Chronic stress. It's like a slow, silent poison, just breaking down our bodies day by day.
And here's exactly why. Your body, well, it doesn't know the difference between a real life or death threat, like a tiger chasing you, and a modern stressor, like a non-stop flood of urgent emails. To your biology, it's all the same. So it reacts the same way every time. It floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline, your blood vessels clamp down, less oxygen gets to your brain, and this is the most important part. Your body's repair mechanisms get switched off. You literally cannot heal when you're stuck in survival mode. This right here is the root of so much premature aging, everything from wrinkles to memory loss.
But this is where things get really interesting. This is where the ancient wisdom of our ancestors slams right into modern physiology. See, they didn't have electron microscopes, but they had a different kind of technology. A technology that most of us have completely forgotten. They knew how to turn that internal alarm off.
For literally thousands of years, yogis in India practiced this technique called Bhramari pranayama. You might know it as the bee breath. For a long time, it was just seen as a spiritual practice. But then, in 1998, everything changed. A Nobel Prize was awarded for the discovery of nitric oxide's critical role in the body. A few years after that, a researcher named Stan Lindbergh put 2 and 2 together. He made this groundbreaking connection between the ancient breath and the modern molecule. And the results? They were absolutely astonishing.
So here's what Lindbergh figured out. It turns out our sinuses act like these little warehouses or reservoirs for nitric oxide. Now, when you're just breathing normally, that gas pretty much stays put. It's stagnant. But that humming vibration from the bee breath, it acts like a giant fan, pushing a 15 to 20 times increase of this gas down into your lungs and straight into your bloodstream. You are literally fanning the flames of your own vitality.
And honestly, it gets even better than that. A controlled study found that doing this regularly doesn't just release the nitric oxide you already have, it actually upgrades your body's ability to produce more of it. The specific enzyme that creates nitric oxide, think of it as the factory. Its levels increased by over 200% in the people who did this. So you're not just using a resource, you're upgrading the entire factory.
But you know, the chemistry is really only half the story here. The real magic is in the physics, the vibration, the frequency. There's an ancient saying, nada Brahma, which means the universe is sound. And that sound has a direct physical effect on your nervous system.
So, let me introduce you to your vagus nerve. I like to call it the body's highway of peace. This thing is basically the command center for your entire rest and repair system. It's this massive nerve that connects your brain to all of your vital organs. And here's the crucial part. It runs directly alongside your vocal cords.
So when you hum, you're doing so much more than just making a sound. You are giving your vagus nerve an internal massage. Seriously, that gentle vibration directly stimulates the nerve, and that's what shifts your entire system into a state of what's called coherence. That's when your heart rate, your breathing, your blood pressure all start to synchronize. And a very recent study in 2023 confirmed that this state sends a powerful signal to your brain that says, hey, you're safe. And that's the trigger that turns all those natural repair processes back on.
All right, so now for the most important part. Let's get to the actual code you need to activate this whole system. This is what we call the golden vibration protocol. And remember, the sequence, doing it in the right order, that's what triggers the full biological response. It's just 3 simple steps. Okay, first is the seal. The whole point here is to turn your focus inward. So you're going to use your thumbs to gently close off your ears and your index fingers to lightly cover your eyes. Step 2, the pitch. Now this is absolutely critical. You're not trying to sing here, you're humming like a bee, with a kind of high-pitched sound. And finally, step 3, the duration. You want to aim for about 5 to 10 minutes. The chemistry changes really fast, but your nervous system, that needs a little more time to fully reset.
Okay, now here is the secret. This is the most crucial tip, so listen closely. It is all about the pitch. If you feel the vibration down in your throat, the pitch is too low. You have to raise the pitch until you feel that resonance up in your skull, in your sinuses. That is the fan. That is what unlocks the full power of this practice.
So I want to leave you with this question. Are we just passive victims of our genetics and of time passing? Or do we actually have the power to influence our own biology? You know, the search for the fountain of youth has always looked outward, to some external thing. But what if the source has been inside of us this entire time?
With every single practice, you are sending a powerful signal of safety and vitality to every cell in your body. You are not a prisoner of your biology. You are the architect of your own reality, of your own well-being. It's time to stop holding your breath through life and start vibrating with it.
Right now, just for a moment, wherever you are, close your eyes. Be silent. Can you feel that? That little echo, that hum deep inside you? If you can, then you're ready.